Hello, welcome to another Open Geospatial tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a local AI like ChatGPT using Deepseek R1 model and also Open WebUI. And I'm going to show you step by step how to set it up. But before we get into the technical details, I would like to show you the final product. So this is what it looks like. It's similar to ChatGPT. So you have the chat interface in here. You can ask questions. You can also upload files. You can also capture photos using your camera. And you can also speak into the microphone here to ask questions. And you can switch the different models. So this one I'm showing you here is Deepseek R1 14 billion models, but you can download any open source model. So Deepseek R1 is a new open source reasoning model that's very popular right now in the AI community. I will cover more details later, but right now, for example, you can try to ask any question here. And also there are a lot of settings that allow you to customize the model. And so if you upper right corner here, if you click this button, there are also a lot of parameters that allows you to customize. You can also change the settings. You can also add users. So there are a lot of functionality. So this is the Open WebUI user interface. I will show you how to install that. So for now, let's test it, this Deepseek R1 model, and it's very powerful because it's a reasoning model that and you will show you step by step how it's thinking, so how the AI is thinking. And you can get some logic questions. For example, I can ask ChatGPT to give me some sample questions, and then I can test it. I can test this model. For example, what's the next number in the sequence, right? 2, 4, 2, 6, 12, 20, 30. And inside here, it will say sort for a few seconds, and then we give you the solution. So if you click this one, this is kind of the thinking process that the AI is trying to resolve the problem, and then it will give you the final answer. So I'm going to show you, for example, the differences between these different terms, and then eventually it will give you kind of sample solutions. For example, the number is 42. And there are different ways to solve this kind of problem, but let me ask the other one here. Test another questions. For example, I have cities but no houses. I have forests but no trees. I have rivers but no water. What am I? And if you click the thinking process, look at this one, and it's going to basically talk to itself and eventually figure out what it is. So the final answer is it is a map, and then it will also give you the explanation. And this is very, very powerful compared to, for example, other large language models only give you the answer, but it doesn't really tell you the thinking process. So besides just answering the questions, there are also some here. You can copy the answer. You can also read out loud.
Less than details type equals, reasoning, done equals.
Right, so, and besides that, you can upload files. For example, I can upload a file. I can choose a file, for example, on my computer. So this is a paper that I published in 2019, and I want it to actually tell me what this paper about. So if we WebUI, we extract all the text from the paper, and then you can ask it to, for example, summarize this paper. Of course, you can do everything using ChatGPT, but again, you need to make sure that you don't provide any sensitive information, or you never know. So it's, but right now we are running everything locally and everything is private. Also, you can think about here, summarize this paper. You can see it will also give you kind of the thought process, and then give you the summarize what this paper is about. This is just a sample, like example. There are a lot more applications you can do. And I'm going to show you step by step how to get this one running. You will need to have some kind of GPU. So it depends on how big, which Deepseek R1 model you're going to run. So you range from 1.5 billion to 14 to 8. And there's also 70 billion. So this one is roughly 40 gigabytes. So you can see the size in here, 13.9.6 gigabyte GPU. The file size. This one is the smallest one is roughly 1 gigabyte. So you do need to have a GPU with couple, maybe 4 or 5, at least couple times larger than the file size of this the model. This one is 8 gigabyte, 4.6 gigabyte. So it varies, and as you can see, it's pretty responsive. You can switch to other model. You can change it, and then you can do something very much similar. So this is what kind of the final products. Next, let me show you step by step how to get it set up on your local computer. So in order to set it up, we need to download the Deepseek R1 model to our local computer. And we also need to install Open WebUI. So I'm going to go through that step by step. First, go to the deepseek.com website. This one will show you all the information about the Deepseek model. So Deepseek R1 was just released a week ago, and it has a lot of applications. People are trying to build on top of the Deepseek R1 because it's a reasoning model, it's open source, and you can host it anywhere. So it's private and it's free if you have a GPU to run the model. And so if you scroll down, they also provide the GitHub repository here where you can look at information. And it's a powerful one because it's like running those benchmarks is on par with OpenAI and some other open source models. But OpenAI is not open source. This is fully open source. So if you look at this one here, OpenR1, you can take a look at the benchmark comparing to OpenR1 O1 Mini, and you can see the performance in here. So it provides the full Deepseek R1 model. So this one has 671 billion parameters, and this one is pretty huge. All the files, I think it's roughly in total 400 gigabytes. So this is not something you can run. So this is the original, the Deepseek version 3 model is huge. You probably don't want to run this one directly if you don't have the hardware. They also provide the Distill model. So these are the smaller one, ranging from 1.5 billion parameters to 70. And so most of the consumer laptops should be able to run this one. And if you go to the downloads to Hugging Face, you can look at the file size. So this one is only this one is 3.5 gigabyte. I think there's one that only 1 gigabyte. We're going to use Ollama, so we don't need to use Hugging Face, but we're just going to show you the different type of Distill model that they have. Basically, the size is different. So the large one definitely is going to be better, but you will need better hardware to run this one. So next, let's see how we can set it up. So I'm going to show you here. Oh, by the way, if you don't want to set it up on your computer, you can also use their chatbot, just like ChatGPT. So you can just click this one, start now, and then log into your account, and it's totally free. You can also install this one on your cell phone, for example, iOS or Android. It's totally free and very much similar. Here you can ask any question, just like what I showed you earlier, and you can ask those questions. It will give you the basically the logic, also the thinking. And let me see if I can find, similarly, for example, let me copy those questions and see if we find the answer. So you can turn on this one, Deepseek R1. If you enable it, then it will give you the thinking process, just like in here. And it's going to show you step by step. Basically, the AI is talking to itself, and it's just like reasoning, just like humans. And at the end, you will figure out the answer. So this is more like reinforcement learning. And just give it the answer. Eventually, you will be able to figure out the solution. So you see, determine blah, blah, blah. And then the final answer, give you 42 here. It's the correct one. And similarly, the other one, like what I showed earlier, you can try it out. And it's totally free again, but if you have something sensitive information, you have any documents you don't want to upload to the cloud, then you probably want to set it up on a local computer. So that's the whole point of this one. Next, let's get to Ollama. So if you go to ollama.com, all the links that will be in the video description below, so you can try it out. You just copy and paste. And so Ollama basically has released open large language models, Llama 3.3, but you can also run other deep learning large language open source models here, just like Deepseek R1. If you go to the downloads page, this one should, the models page, it will list all the models in here, and Deepseek R1 right now is the most popular one. And you also see the different types of models size in here, from 1.5 billion all the way to 671. So, and this is how we're going to run it. But first we need to install, we need to install the Ollama first on your computer. So if you just go here and then click the downloads button, this one shows you how to install the Ollama on your computer. And if you're Windows, you can download this one, or Mac. I'm on Linux computer, so you can just use one command. So copy this one and then I'm going to open my terminal. Then you can just Control V, hit enter, and enter your password. Then you should be able to download Ollama to your computer and then install. It might take a couple seconds, depends on your internet speed, and I will speed up later. Okay, after a couple minutes, now the installation has finished, and you will see here it says everything, and then NVIDIA GPU install. So if you don't have NVIDIA GPU, it might be a little bit slow to use this. But next, I'm gonna show you how to download the model. So let me go back to the Ollama website here, and then go to the models. From here, because I have a small GPU, I'm going to just choose the smaller one. And on the right here, you will see this command. So all you need is just copy this one, Ollama 1 Deepseek R1 model. And oh, by the way, so here they have different models. Maybe try Deepseek R1. Let's try the smallest one. For example, Deepseek R1 1.5 billion parameters, and copy this one. Then come back to here, Control V, paste. It should be able to go online to download these models. As you can see here, this one is 1.1 gigabyte, and depending on your internet speed, it might take a couple minutes to download. We'll be back once it's finished. Okay, so the installation, putting the Deepseek R1 model has completed. You can see 1.1 gigabyte, and it's verifying now. Look at this one. So there's a command prompt here. You can start asking questions. And so we have actually already have the Deepseek R1 model running on our local computer, and you can ask any questions. For example, tell me a story. Again, you will have the sync tag in here, thinking about using the Deepseek R1 model. It's pretty responsive. You can ask pretty much any questions in here. Once you are done, you can just slash and then just BYE, and then you can exit. If you want to, for example, have a little bit more information at the end after you finish, basically basically the performance, the statistics, you can give the verbals option, and then create Ollama. Let me see here. Oh, it's already running, and then you can start asking again why the sky is blue. And at the end here, it will show you, for example, duration, how many tokens, and look at the eval rate, 108 tokens per second. So it's pretty decent, and you can also watch, for example, your GPU. So if you have a GPU, if you have already installed, for example, the CUDA driver, I can do it like this. So on a Linux computer, I can watch this end, and then 0.5 seconds, and DIA SMI. So in this way, you can watch, for example, the usage of the GPU. Let me pop up this one here, detach. So you will see when it's asking questions, responding to the questions, you should be able to see the GPU actually is usage is going to increase. For example, I can just try again, and you see 48 90%. So that means it's actually using the GPU. So it's that's why it's so responsive. If you are using CPU, then it's going to be a little bit slow. So the number of tokens that you're going to get is not this fast. Okay, so as you can see, it's already running. You are welcome to, if you have a larger GPU, you can run other modules. For example, you can just put this one, the Distill Llama 8 billion, and this one might be 4 or 5 gigabytes, so it's going to take some time. And if you have that resource hardware, then you can try out the other models. So once you have this one running, so next I'm going to show you how we can set up the interface, because this is pretty basic. You're looking at ask questions, but there's no way you can upload the file, or you can maybe see the check history or something like that. So what we want to do is to set up a web server on our local computer. And the tool we're going to use is called Open WebUI. If you go to the openwebui.com, and then if you on upper right corner here, there should be a docs. So if you just click the docs website, it will take you to the Open WebUI website. And let me increase the size a little bit. If you scroll down, here shows you different ways you can install Open WebUI, you can use Docker, or you can use Python packages. And so for me, I'm going to use this way. So using the UV. So UV is basically a Python package manager written in Rust. It's super fast, and depends on operating system. Here you can just try two different ways. If on Mac or Linux, use this one. If on Windows, use this one. So I'm just going to simply copy this command. Then I can start installing UV. Just paste, hit enter. It should just take a couple seconds, and then you'll be done. And now if you just type UV on your command line, you should be able to see this. So what we want to do here is to just run install Open WebUI, and actually pretty simple. So all we need is just one command line. Again, if you're on Windows, you can try this one. So we're gonna just copy this one, and then come back to the interface in here. Then just Control V, hit enter. So the data directory basically means that the Open WebUI is going to basically install everything, all the packages on our local computer, and it's going to use Python 3.11. Then it's going to basically serve the website, and the data directory, they're going to create one under the user directory .Open WebUI. So if you go to your home directory, after it's finished installation, then you should be able to see the directory being created. Right now it's not yet because it's still installing. This is on Mac or Linux. It's probably just a hidden directory. You may not be able to see it, so you do need to unhide it. So for me, it's just the Alt period on Linux to show all the files. And again, let's wait for the installation to finish. The reason why they install so many packages because it's also installing, for example, the NVIDIA and the CUDA and all the packages necessary to utilize the GPU. So it might take a couple seconds depending on your internet speed. And also going to install, for example, Torch. And these are pretty big packages that hundreds of megabyte or 1 to 2 gigabyte. And the nice thing about this is all isolated environment. So it's not going to affect your operating system. So this is everything isolated. So just running the web UI, and also we're going to use Ollama. So I will show you how to do that once we finish the installation. Okay, after a couple minutes, now the installation, all the packages have been installed successfully. You can see the log here, and if you scroll all the way down, you should be able to see this one. Application start complete unicorn running on this one. So you can just press Control and click. It should take you to the website. And right now this one is running on my local machine. So you will see here it's 00, and then the port number is 8080. At the bottom here, you should see get started. So all you can do is just click, and then you can start creating your account. So you can enter your name and your email. So this would be the admin account. So keep it in mind, you do need to make sure that you enter all the information. So I'm going to see here, here using my email, and then you need to choose your own password. So make sure that you choose a password that's strong enough, and so that you will not be other people can get. But if it is run locally, if you're not exposing your web application to the internet, then it's fine. So you can just run whatever password that you want. For example, I'm going to run enter password, and then just create admin account, and then never. So take a look. So now this is, you want to be agree with this web UI. Click OK, let's go. And now it's done. So you will see here, we only right now have one model, 1.5 billion. So this is the one that we downloaded. And from here, you can just start asking questions. For example, I can just click the sample questions and then just ask. It should be able to respond. And also the syncing. So this is the Deepseek R1 model, and it's pretty fast, running on my GPU here. So I think it's 6 gigabyte, I believe. Yeah, 6 gigabyte GPU. So it should be able to run this one without any problem. And let me close this one. So this is more like the HTML, the question that was asked, and then it's going to preview the questions. If you need more models, there are two ways you can install new models. you can use the command line just like what we did earlier. So let me go back to this one here, Ollama model. So BYE. So whatever model that you want to use, just go to Ollama website. Where is it? Here. And then what you can do is just simply, for example, 1.5B. Right now, if you want the 7 billion, you can just Ollama pool and then Deepseek R1, whatever this one. So if you download the model to your computer, then you'll be used by the web UI. So pool, instead of using the run, you can just use the pool model and then hit enter. This might take a couple minutes, again, depends on your internet speed. The second way of getting the model onto the web UI is using the settings. So if you upper right corner here, click your name and then go to the settings. So from here, you should be able to, I think under the, not this one. Or you can click this one here, add model, or you can just search a model. For example, whatever model that, I think it's not this one. Let me try one more time here. Admin panel. You need to click this one, admin panel, and then under the settings, models. So from here, you can download the new model. So manage, upper right corner here, if you click the manage models, and then, so this will be the one that you're going to use, whatever model. For example, earlier we used this one, so I can just copy, and then come back to the web UI, paste, and then just click run. It's going to take some time to download the model. And if you click, you see here pooling 0.1%. When it's done, then on the right, upper right, upper corner here, then you should be able to select the model. So depends on it's downloading, it's showing up here. But so this is one way you can add more models, open source models. It doesn't have to be the Deepseek model. It can be any model available from here, from Ollama. So you can put any model, depends on your application requirement. For example, the Mistral model. But like I said, most of those you need the GPU. So if you need at least a 4 GB GPU to be able to run some of these models. There are also some like visual models. So you see here, it's going to take a lot of space. So once it's up and running, you need to make sure that you have this command line running. Don't close it, otherwise you'll be dead, because we're behind the scene is using the Ollama to actually to serve the model. And there are a lot of settings. Again, here you can adjust the settings. You can go to change the setting. You can also do the admin panel. For example, here there are a lot of other things you can do. And so here, there's also the document. For example, if you want to create a customized model, if you want to have some additional data in there, you can use that. And the other thing is you can actually build a customized model. So I'm going to maybe go to the workspace, and then from here, you can create a new model, your customized model. One thing I want to point out here is the notice. So this is where you can actually upload all kind of documents to your to a model. So that is using the retrieval augmented generation. So basically allows you to have those provide basically additional knowledge to the pre-trained model. So in that way, you don't have to upload the PDF every time. So what you can do here is click this one, and then whether you want to be visible or not. For example, I can say literature, whatever you want, and just a text, and then create the knowledge. And once you have that, you can have the collection. Upper right corner here, you can add context. You can upload the entire directory, or you can upload a file, or you can sync a directory. So if you have some files that are being updated constantly, then you can synchronize the file directory. You will need to specify whatever directory that you want to use. Then if you add PDF, for example, into a directory, then you'll be utilized. So if I, for example, click upload. So right now, my downloads directory only have one PDF. So there's only just one file. But you can continue to add more files. You'll be adding to this one. Then from the model here, when I create a new model, and so for example, you can give a name, the model name here. For example, this would be academic, whatever name you like. You can select a base model. So right now we only have the Deepseek R1. So I'm going to select this base model. And then if you scroll down, there should be one here, knowledge. So this is where you basically select the folder, whatever collection that you have, where you can include all the PDF. So this will be all the private information that you don't want to upload to ChatGPT or other website that you'll be running locally. So if you click this one and then just click create. There are a lot more other like advanced functionality, but I'm just showing you some of these if you want to customize. So after that, you just double click, then you will get to this model. So from here, if you press the hashtag, then you can include this one in your question. So for example, I can select all the literature, or you can just select a particular one, a specific one. So hashtag, for example, just one file. So this, if you have more files, you will going to showing up on the list in here. So if I click this one, right now I have only one PDF, I can say summarize this paper, right? And you will go to extract all the text from that particular paper. So let me show you here. This is the paper that I put right now in here. You can put a lot more papers in there if you want to. And it's going to take some time, so you're going to sync through that. Then you're going to give you a summary. Of course, you can ask any other questions. It looks pretty decent. And so this is particularly useful if you want to build a local model that you don't want to have sensitive information upload to the internet. And once you're done, you can just do Control C. So for example, once you're finished running the model, you can just Control C, for example, here. Then you will stop running. Then if you try to refresh, then you won't be able to access this website because it's stopped. So if you want to run again, you will need to still utilize this one, the same thing. So I'm just keep this command, or you can just have a shortcut, basically this command line, and you can just run again, Control C, Control V. So for this time, you will not need to install the software again because we already using UV to install everything. So right now you just start the web UI without having to reinstall everything. And again, so now it's running again. You can just click. You will take you to the website. So directly, because we are still logged in, so you can remember what you have. And right now we are already inside. So here there are some other different models in here. And again, you can adjust the settings. I might have another tutorial in the future showing more settings. For now, this should be enough. So you can ask questions. Yeah, you can upload files. You can capture video. You can speak. You can do whatever you want, and the AI will be able to respond. And it's unlimited, so there's you don't need to pay anybody anything. Pretty cool. By the way, so after you have this, if you want to, for example, export this one to the internet so that you can access this AI outside, for example, your home or your office, there's another tool. So I would recommend there's one called Local Tunnel. Again, I will show put link in the video description below. So this one is the one that you can try if you want to expose. It's pretty simple to set up. So for example, you can just copy this command line. Depends on operating system. You might need to install Node.js. So Node.js. So this is the one that include the npm, so the Node package manager. So once you have that, you can install this one. So I'm going to quickly show you here. I'm going to open my computer. So if you want to export this one to the internet, then you can just install this one. Or you might need to use a sudo to install this one to the system. Okay, and it's done. So after that, you can just run this one. So it depends on your port number. So LT -- port 8000. But if you look at this one here, our model is running on 8080. So we need to change this one to 8080. So again, let's copy this portion here and then open another terminal. So, and then just 8080. It might need to restart because we just install that one. So maybe restart, open a new one. Hopefully it works. Okay, Control V. Yeah, oops. 8080. It might take a couple seconds. Okay, so now this is the URL. So this will be the URL that you can access outside the firewall. So if you for example, you host the model locally, and then you want to, you don't need to set up with all the port forwarding, something like that. So now if I click this one, and it's going to ask you, for example, what's your tunnel, what's your password. So what you can do here is to click this link, and then it will show you what's the IP. So this basically to avoid phishing attacks. So you need basically verify your IP. So you just click this thing and it will show you the IP, and then you paste it in here, then it should work. So I will do it. Okay, so after entering the IP, and then it should show you this interface. So that means right now we are actually using this one to connecting to our local server, and this one sometimes might take a couple seconds. It's basically forwarding all the traffics, and it used to work, but I'm not sure about this one here. But just showing you this, something that you might want to do if you want to expose your local AI to the internet. Okay, it's done. So you see here, although it's not super fast, but you can right now the same thing, just like what you the username and password that you created, and then you can log in, and then you should be able to use that. Okay, so I enter my username and password, then you should be able to log in. Oops, looks like my password is wrong. Okay, so this is all I want to show you in this video. So right now you should have the ChatGPT running locally on your computer, and you can download any Ollama model, open source model that you like, and you can start playing with it, and then you can use it to answer any question that you may have in terms of coding, anything else you want to do with AI. Okay, so that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.